Hello, my friends. How are ya? Hiker Dave, Annie here. This is a new area for me. I've never been out here before. And I feel fortunate because I've got this, looks like a snowshoe trail that I can follow here, so I'm not walking in a foot of snow. So that's convenient. I've driven by this place a bunch of times, and I've always wanted to check it out. It's down a long dirt road. It's part of the Harris Center. I think I'm either in Hancock, New Hampshire, or Dublin, New Hampshire. I'm not positive. I forget. So, surprise, it's snowing again in New Hampshire. Been getting a lot of that up here of late. My camera is that foggy. Excuse my fat fumble fingers. Got a little bit of an incline here. Oh, we got some turkeys down there. Turkeys. This little bit of an incline seems to be a lot of bit of an incline. Yeah, turkeys. I hope they're not aggressive. It looks like nobody's been out here today. These tracks are all snow covered. Oh, what the heck happened here? These tracks, they come down from that little ridge there. They come across over here, and then who the heck's gonna walk down there? Oh boy, the snow is deep here. Yeah, see, it is deep. Oh, maybe a little natural spring there. Cool beans. Got some really interesting comments on my last video. And it's not just that video, but I get a lot of... sometimes I'll get comments that will say, why are you nervous, Dave? You know, you got a protection device, I'm gonna say. So what are you so nervous about? And I do want to say, hiking alone in the woods, it can kind of play tricks on you, little mind games. And so, you know, when people will say, what are you even worried about? Oh, look at that. Look how the turkey was coming up here. and flapped his wings. I hope that's coming out. I can't tell. On each side of this embankment, kind of left his wing mark. Really cool. That's awesome. And I have to say to some people, when you leave a comment like that, I mean, do you often hike in the forest alone? And because you've got, get that break, because you have a tool, a protection tool, and some freedom seeds, so to speak, it doesn't make you invincible. At least that's how I kind of look at that. It doesn't mean you're impervious to something happening to you. It doesn't mean because you've got a rifle or something on you that you're completely safe. And I keep that in mind, you know. All because, you know, I have something that I can protect myself with. It doesn't mean I'm going to be able to utilize it in a quick enough timeline, so to speak, to be able to save myself from, you know, a mountain lion. Kind of worry about that up here, mountain lions. That is the kind of predator that you don't see it coming. You don't have a chance to cock the hammer back and take aim and you know, time to fire on a mountain lion that's really just an ambush predator that you could have a cannon on you. It really doesn't matter. And I don't think that I'm overly cautious. I believe in being adequately cautious, we'll say. Sometimes I'll hear things that make me nervous or put a little bit of a scare in you, you know what I mean? And to some of the people that say that are like, you know, you're only in the woods. What are you so scared of? Well, then you're a braver person than I. If you just think you're the king of the jungle out here. And so that kind of brings me to the next subject. Me and Gary, my hiking buddy, every time we go out somewhere and hike, even if we're just maybe on his property planking, doing a little shooting or something, we always come up with the subject of what would you do? We both feel that I just want to get eyes on a Bigfoot. I just want to get a glimpse. I want to see it. Preferably from a safe distance. But I just want to see one, you know. And we'll say, you know, what would you do? I mean, I cannot predict a reaction like that. And so I can see, I will watch other channels, other Sasquatch channels, or somebody will be being interviewed. And they're talking about a first-hand account of what happened to them in the forest. And you'll often see in the comments, why didn't you take video? Why didn't you get a picture? And, I mean, yeah, it's valid. But if you've never been out in the forest or on a good size walkabout, right? And you're by yourself and you're a good distance into the woods. So I'll give you for instance. I went on that hike, and during that video, my last video I made about the dogs, the homeowner that found his dogs torn apart. I was actually making that video and walking around on a friend of a friend's private property. And I was making videos, walk and talk and things like this. And at one point, I heard something which sounded like it was coming up behind me, close. I spun around, grabbed my freedom tool, and the last thing on my mind was grabbing my phone. That is the furthest thing. So this happened to me in Massachusetts before. When I had first started my channel, I saw something across of a pond. And I think I had only had my channel for maybe a year, not even. And I was holding on to a little tripod like the one I've got now. It's like a little gorilla pod. And I saw something drinking from the pond. Big black, brown black type looking something big. And I'm staring at it. Again, I was nervous. I'm like, what is that? I felt a little better that it was across the pond. So that gave me a little bit of comfort, but for the whole time I'm looking at this thing and it kind of skulked, I'll use that word, back into the woods. And it looked huge to me. I did not for 1 second think of pulling my phone out. So I gotta say, I gotta hand it to some people that have gotten decent footage of a Bigfoot, that have the wherewithal to start to film, never mind snap a picture, to start filming something like that. I mean, it takes a lot of intestinal fortitude, so to speak, to be able to think on your feet like that quickly. Oh, this area is beautiful. So for some of the people out there that comment on things like that, like I would swear I saw a coyote that day when I was making that video. And it took me a minute to say, oh, let me get my phone out. Let's see if I can't get it on video. But it took me a little bit. So, you know, you hear most of these Bigfoot sightings, the person telling the story of what they saw, they'll always say, you know, shock at first. They don't know what they're looking at. And then, you know, they're hit with this fear. And the sighting only takes a couple of seconds. And it's not like this, you know, Bigfoot's going to stick around for a selfie, right? It's going to see that it's been seen, and it's going to turn, you know, spin around and go. It's going to get back to doing what it's always done. And that's staying completely hidden. So I don't usually go off on comments that are left. Sometimes I do. I have a couple videos where I get frustrated about comment left on my channel, and a lot of you guys are so supportive. You're like, Dave, don't even listen to them. You know, this and that. But, you know, sometimes you can't help it. I had a comment on the last video saying that for sure, that little wall that I found, I'll show it here. Okay, I don't think that's helping at all, the flashlight part of the phone, but Isn't that something? How that's wrapped like that. Look at that. That is awesome. And it's kind of bound with this here. That's cool. Yeah. That's neat. All right, I gotta get the heck out of here. That is supposed to be a hunter's blind right there. That thing I showed you, a hunter did it. So, private property, let's first, right off the bat, private property. No hunting on this property. Not to say that people wouldn't try it and try to get away with it. That's not a hunter's blind. If it is, I'm very impressed. Let's say that. I don't know that it's not a hunter's blind. In my travels, I've seen what looks like a hunter's blind, but I've never seen it. I've never seen something held together and weaved like with a vine and stuff. But hey, maybe it is. But don't leave a comment on my channel and telling me you know what that is. Hunters use them all the time. That's a blind. I disagree with the area. I disagree with the structure itself, how it was kind of put up. Hey, just saying, right? And sometimes I just want to tell some people that leave comments. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the feedback. But if you're gonna talk like an asshat, don't even leave a comment. And I always get so tempted to comment back, and I have to stop. I say, okay, don't play into that. You know, those are the same people that give a thumbs down video to just me walking through the woods. And, you know, and maybe people, they're like, dude, there's no Bigfoot on your channel. No, I definitely have never titled one of my videos that says, I just got footage of Bigfoot. Never have I done that. It's getting colder out. That was my rant, guys. I'm sorry. I just realized something. I just walked a good, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes. Good couple miles. Went to take a drink out of my Camelback. I left my Camelback in my car overnight. It's completely frozen. I can't get anything out of it. What a stupid mistake. I gotta turn around. I'm not gonna go. I just hiked all this way, and my Camelback is frozen. Can you imagine that? Boy, it never fails with me. It's something. I overdressed today. I didn't overdress. I got all my gear. I got my Garmin InReach Mini. I got Big Brother Bob. Actually, this video was sponsored by Big Brother Bob. He donated to my channel, filled up on gas, and took off. So he's right now following along on my trail. It's called a map share. I hit map share on this. And what I do is I give him a code. It's something like Garmin InReach /Hike D or something. I don't know. But he can follow me. So he's probably wondering, why is my brother about to turn around? But I'm turning around. I have to, because I'm a maroon and I do a checklist every time. Knife. Self-protection. Garmin, on, InReach, satellite, water, gloves, extra hat, extra sweatshirt, extra socks. food, and in a way to boil water. A lot of good that does me right now. Unbelievable. And on top of that, I'm thirsty. I guess I could. I mean, if I was ever in an emergency, I would just start to boil some snow. Or I would go back to that little spring that I saw, and I would fill up my canteen with that spring water and boil it. Then maybe throw some snow in there to cool it down a little bit. But I am glad I got to come out here, though, because I was dying to check out this area. I am going to come back here. Maybe I'll bring Gary back or my son Grady. We'll come out here and we'll follow this trail further. I mean, I'm already went a mile and a half, 2 miles, and it looks like it's just this trail keeps going. So I'm looking forward to checking it out some more. I'm not seeing a lot of Sasquatch sign. What was that? Woodpecker. And if any of you guys watching have followed my channel at all, even a little, I always bring up the subject of traveling, hiking, exploring while armed. Like I don't think doing what I'm doing. Whoa! It just sunk in like 2 feet of snow. To have a gun slung, or like a rifle, slung over your shoulder while researching this subject, right? I kind of believe no on that. I don't think it's a great idea. I think that it gives off the wrong message, right? Say right now, a Sasquatch is eyeing me, right, watching me. And it's going to think I'm a hunter. It's going to think I'm out. That I'm out looking for what it eats. That I'm competition is the word I'm looking for. Like I'm competition for it. And if you think about, for instance, David Paulides missing 411, about hunters going missing. If there's a thing to that, if there's any validity to the thought that Sasquatch may swipe hunters and kill them, that would be why. That's what I would say. You know, we're in its kitchen, and we're stealing out of its refrigerator, right? I know I'd be upset. Also, I was watching Bob Gimlin. I love that channel. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Bob Gimlin. He's got an awesome channel. Very well illustrated and stuff. I like him a lot. And I was just watching a video. I might have been this morning or last night. He came out with his newest video. And he said, there are very few... I don't know. See, this is me saying what he said, but that there are a lot fewer hunters that sight Bigfoot or have a sighting than there are people that are, that live in a wooded area, or just hikers or loggers and stuff like that. That a lot more of that type will see or have a sighting of a alleged Sasquatch, where hunters, I guess, the sightings are a lot less, where a hunter would claim it saw a Bigfoot. I've heard them before, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I think as far as the mathematics go, a lot more sightings of people that are not walking in the forest with a rifle slung over their shoulder. Yeah, see, if I was desperate, I got running water right here. So I would just kind of fill up a canteen, which I have. I have everything but everything but water that's not frozen. All right, my phone is acting really funny right now because I got it out in the snow and it's just... So I'm going to put this phone away. And thank you guys for clicking. I wanted to go for a little walk with you guys and talk about a couple things. One of them was that the carrying of a firearm in the woods, and then people that are so brave that when they go in the woods, they're just not afraid of anything at all. I want those people. I want to see their channel. I want to see that channel with the guy is Superman and he has no fear of anything in the world because he's carrying a gun. Ooh, not a gun. I didn't mean to say that. Now that's it. YouTube will cancel this video. I really don't like to use that word, really, because I don't want to get red flagged or anything. That's why I just call it a tool. A tool that takes a self-protection tool that takes freedom seeds. Thank you guys for watching the video. I do appreciate it. Leave a comment. And if you like it, give it a thumbs up. What the heck? And subscribe. And if anybody knows if woodpeckers are active in the winter, because I think they are. I'm pretty sure they are, because I swear that's what I was hearing. But give me a heads up. My phone, I hope I'm not killing it right now. Thank you guys so much for clicking. I got another half an hour before I get out of here. And I'll definitely see you on the next one.